Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna be talking about the things that I don't like about my Subaru Sti, my 2011 sedan. Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it right now. First thing on the list is gonna be attention from somewhat lower IQ level people sometimes. And what I mean by that is I get a lot of people that are almost gonna hit me because they're looking at me, or they'll turn their neck or something like that and then swerve into me. That's happened quite a few times. So that's gonna be number one on the list. Number two is going to be the spoiler. And I like the spoiler, I like everything about it, I love the way it looks. But if you look, it's kind of like right in the way of my rear view mirror when I'm looking behind me at certain angles, especially this corner right here. Because look at the angle from my rear view mirror to this corner of the wing. It is just right in the way if I'm in the fast lane and somebody were to be in the slow lane and I didn't know about it and I swerve right into them. Number three is going to be the stock sound system. Now I have an aftermarket one in here, and whether that's good or not, I'm not going to tell you guys, but it is... The stock one, it had to go. It was like the first thing I did right when I got the car because it just was junk. And the center stereo was not good in this car either. Considering this was the limited edition car, I believe the most expensive one you could buy back in 2011. I am very disappointed, I would say. Yeah, I know people will tell you, well, it's not built for that, but still, you're paying so much money for this car. They'll throw a sunroof in it, but they won't throw nice speakers in it. So that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna want to get rid of if you're going to buy one of these. Next thing on the list is running 91 octane only and getting absolutely junk MPG. So if you're gonna buy this car to be your daily driver, you are gonna have to run 91 octane only, unless you get a tune for E85, which I don't recommend doing if you like your engine not being blown up already. But, you know, still, you know, it's your choice. If you want to mod the car, that's fine. I'm not going to diss people for modding the car. But anyways, yeah, you get junk MPG. It says 21 to 23, what people say. I have yet to get that. So I'm getting like, I can't remember, somewhere around 250 a tank, 260 a tank. I drive all highway, by the way. So expect to get junk MPG while running 91 only. Next up on the list, armrest. This is a limited edition, but 2011, they didn't have that little lever that can make this armrest go up. At least I don't know if it was an add-on or not, but this is the limited, and my arm does not reach the shifter while being on the armrest. It barely reaches this. So expect to have issues with that. However, you can get a 2015 one that has the option to lift up and out, so you can actually reach the shifter. I just found that out today. And yeah, so you can actually get one of those. I'm going to get one of those so you can fix the armrest. So next on the list is going to be the EJ motor and its reliability. Now this car is not necessarily known for its reliability, obviously, and I want to say that I have had zero issues with this car so far since I've owned it. I can't remember, I think I put 7,000 miles on it, something like that, since I've had it. I've had zero issues. However, this car is bone stock. The most modded thing on this car is me putting mud flaps on it. So keep that in mind. Leave it stock, don't tune it. You're gonna need a tune for everything, by the way. That was a mouthful of words. Next up on the list, taillights. This is a sedan, has way different taillights than the hatchback. Both the hatchback and the sedan in these years have absolutely hideous taillights factory. Hideous. Now, I have never liked the taillights on the STS. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I tinted this little reverse light right here, so maybe I wouldn't So maybe I wouldn't get pulled over while I'm doing, you know, driving, going to work, whatever I'm doing. And so far I haven't gotten pulled over. Literally, not even running plates, haven't gotten pulled over. So I highly recommend, because this looks so much better. It's a lot cheaper than getting aftermarket taillights. While we're over here, if you look under here, we have our license plate lights, right? Look at this. Both of them are just shook. And you wanna know why that is? It's because this little baby has a boxer engine in it, and she vibrates literally everything. When I come home at nighttime, it vibrates the whole house. So it vibrates those license plate lights right off. It's because there's so much vibration on the car back here, and it's just, they're cheaply put on there. And so like, even my connection to the lights right now, they're just flashing all the time because there's so much vibration back here. So, cheap little thing that's put on this car. So underneath this car, when I was changing the oil for the first time, there's this big plastic plate underneath. It's plastic, it's not a plate, I guess, but I just took it off for the whole summer because all the screws in it were stripped right out, and the screws had rust in them and everything. So there's gonna be another cheap thing under here if you're gonna change your own oil. I'm taking it out for the summer. I'm gonna put it back in the winter time because it's so hard to take off. It was the hardest thing to take off versus even changing the oil itself in the filter. Yeah. And while I'm on the topic of expensive, it's very expensive to insure this car. When I first got this car, it was $225 a month for my insurance. Let that sink in. That's most people's car payments. And that's just my insurance payment a month. However, I've talked my way into getting it lower. However, when you look on paper, you got a Subaru Impreza, and it's $225 a month for insurance. So just let that sink in if you're gonna look at buying this car. That's another thing I hate. So, moving on. Interior. That rattles, that rattles, that rattles. Each pillar rattles. All my seats squeak. Everything on the door rattles. Up here. Everything up here rattles. Everything over here rattles. All my door panels rattle. Inside the trunk rattles while you're driving. Any little bump you hit, there's tons of rattles. So I'm pretty much gonna have to go through and have this whole car soundproofed or something with like that soundproofing tape, which should fix it overall. But keep that in mind that this car has a lot of rattles. It's not gonna be no quiet, quiet, calming drive on your way home. And this one is gonna only affect the people that are really in particular about stuff. But if you look at the shape of the hood, if you sit really low to the ground with this little piece right here and the hood scoop, there's really not a whole lot of visibility right under the front of the car. However, if you sit where I do, there's really no problem. But if you like to sit down low in the car with this piece right here and the hood scoop, it's kind of in the way a little bit for the people that are going to be really low to the ground in these seats. However, if you want to drive this car the way it's meant to be, I don't recommend sitting that low to the ground. So this dinger is pretty much always on. For the lifespan you're going to be driving this car, you're going to hear this about 90% of the time. Because it does it all the time when your seatbelt's on. It does it pretty much any time. Listen to that one. And I like that it has that feature. It's very annoying, but I like that it has that feature because it lets you know if you left your lights on or not. But yeah, so that one's gonna be just the way this thing the way this thing sounds is like you left the microwave on and it's doing you a random beeping because you left something in there. Insert key of 2004 STI here. Insert key of 2015 STI here. Now look at my 2011 STI key. What about this looks appealing? When somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, you got a pretty cool car. Thanks." When you hop in it and you pull out your key, this is what you're pulling out. When you go into his 04 STI and look at his key, or somebody else's 2015 STI and look at their key, look at it, it's so much better. Why is this 2011, this nearly $40,000 car back in the day, why does this car have this kind of key? It's just plastic, it looks ugly. I don't understand it, and I'm actually pretty pissed off about it. So another thing I hate, and you're gonna wanna do this if you buy this car, if you buy one, I have the sunroof too, but I can have that shut. When you're sitting in this car and you're driving it on the freeway, it's like there's so much windshield and how deep the windshield is with how many windows and how small this car is. It's like you're sitting in a big bubble baking in the sun all day. So I had the window tint done, and I personally think I'm gonna go darker again now because it's just not enough. And I think I'm gonna even get the windshield tinted because it's so deep. It's just, if you get it, you're gonna understand why I'm talking like this about it, because it's like a big bubble and you're sitting baking in the oven. So another thing, my rearview mirror just comes right off, and that's simple because there's a little screw that needs to be tightened right here. So that's a simple fix. However, right now it's rattling around, and also my other mirrors rattle around a lot right now, and I don't know why these ones do that, but I think it's just something along with the, just like the license plate lights, it vibrates, a lot of boxer rumble, there's a lot of shaking going on and everything. So just something to be aware of, that this car has a lot of things that rattle loose. And all right guys, don't complain at me, because I understand that I bought this car in intentions to know that it rides rough, but the last one I'm gonna complain about is how it rides. And yeah, I get it. Oh, you're supposed to expect it to ride rough. Yeah, I did, but it still rides like absolute shit no matter what road I'm on. And I get it, yeah, whatever. But if I want to show people this car and somebody has a bad back, I literally can't even show them. That's how bad it is. So that last one I'm going to complain about, actually, because it's just, yeah, it's what I do. So don't hate on me. I love this car. I love it more than I hate it. I'm just making this list for you guys to understand things you're not going to like about it, or more than likely not going to like about it if you're going to buy 2008 to 2014 STI. So guys, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button down below. Keep up to date with all my videos, because I got Subaru content coming out for you guys. I got good shit coming out for you guys all the time. By the way, let me know in the comments what you want to see on my next video. If you want me to do a video on things I really like about this car, let me know what you want. Click the like button, comment down below, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Stay fucking beautiful.